I'll give you the 5, 4, 3.
We're going to be talking about UFC Fight Night, Las Vegas, Munhoz versus Edgar. Coming up after this. Stay tuned.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Tim Fulton.
And I'm Andy Smith.
And this is Fight Recap.
Fight recap.
For what we just mentioned, if you didn't skip over that part. Munhoz versus Edgar. We're going to jump right into it, talking about the main event for the night, Pedro versus Frankie.
Yes, sir. It was a fucking close fight.
That was a super... We looked at each other after every round going,
I don't know.
I
thought
don't know.
Frankie definitely won the first.
Second.
Was it the first or the second?
It was the second. It was the second round that he definitely took it. I think he got a takedown in that round, too. And every other round, you and I just looked at each other. We were like, who?
Yeah, there was like one that I thought Frankie won. There was one or two that I thought Munhoz won. And the other three were, or the other two were like, I have no idea.
I don't.
No idea.
It was a crazy fight. The pace was absolutely obscene. I was tired watching it. Freaking exhausted.
Felt lazy.
Those guys spent 25 minutes throwing powerhouse. Frankie just
stop moving, dude. So this is Frankie's first fight at 135. He looked good.
He looked really good.
He looked really good, and he was an underdog. Night of underdogs, apparently.
Yeah, it was a night of underdogs.
But talk about that thing that you brought up when we were watching the fights after the scorecards came through.
So technically speaking, and we know that this isn't the way that the UFC actually judges things, but if you count up the judges' scores, Pedro won by a point. And I know that's in a way irrelevant, but it's not at the same time. When you really think about it, that means if you look at all the judges and you count, the judges think he won more rounds.
Yes.
But it's not how it works.
It's basically like if you get a grade,
yeah,
they give you a grade for the round, but when they collectively add them up, it's a pass-fail.
Yeah. It's just like a weird, like little asterisk next to it, and I just like a thought. It's not
interesting though.
Yeah, it wasn't like that's not fair. In my head, it was just like
yeah,
that's a thing.
There's been fights though that have been either so close or just the judging's been so bad where one judge will give all 3 rounds to one guy or gal, and the other judge will do the complete opposite.
It's so weird.
And give it to the other person all 3 rounds.
You know, in a lot of fights, it is easy to judge the judges.
Yes.
But on this one, I can't.
No, I would not have liked to have had to make that decision.
No, I wouldn't have either.
I'm glad Frankie won, though. I am glad Frankie won.
Josie, yeah. Yeah, no, it does my heart good to see him win.
Yeah, those leg kicks were really fucking him up, dude. Those low calf kicks are really not going away anytime soon.
And what's funny is that every time Pedro got punched, they kept talking about how he would get hit and he would move forward.
Yeah.
But I don't think they gave Frankie enough credit for doing the same thing every time he got leg kicked. Yet half the time he would get stopped, but the other half he would get kicked and he would just move forward. And watching him after the fight, that he had to like limp down the stairs.
Poker face.
I mean, it's more than a poker face because like, not just pretending you can do it. He did it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he was trying to make him pay every time he threw the calf kick.
Yeah.
So he was throwing like a 3 to 4 punch combo every time.
Yeah.
But the weird thing with that calf kick, dude, is that you see guys get hit with it and it can be the first one and it'll shut your leg off.
Yeah.
For like a good portion of the fight or the whole fight. And nobody's figured out besides just not letting it land.
Just not
like
letting
you
it
can't,
happen.
It's not like it's almost like a body shot where like if you just get hit in the right way, like you can't really just grit it. You're gonna go down.
Yeah. Unfortunately, leg kicks don't matter though. So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but it was getting to the point where his legs started giving out on him.
Yeah.
So it was I mean, it's a 5-round fight. So if that happened, if his legs started getting twitchy a round earlier, I think there would have been real problems.
I agree.
Real problems.
All right, and we're going to be talking about one of the earlier fights of the night, Agapova versus Shauna Dobson, the massive underdog. I think it was negative 1,200 versus 800.
Minus 1250 favorite.
1,250.
Yeah.
1,250 favorite.
Plus 800 underdog.
Crazy.
This one, when this happened twice tonight, where somebody just went hard as fuck in the paint in the beginning, and ended up coming back and biting him in the ass.
Yeah.
The other one, I forget the guy's name. He almost got the finish, and as soon as he stood up, he was like, "Oh my god." Dwight Grant versus Daniel Rodriguez.
Yeah, it was the fight immediately before this.
He dropped him. He almost finished him, but then he didn't compose himself, and he just kept trying to throw. And when he got up, he was absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going to be good. And the next fight was kind of the same thing, except it went to the second round.
Yeah, but it was the same. It's exactly what you're saying. It was the same exact thing. It just went to the second
And
round.
I don't know whether because she took Dobson lightly, but she just tried to pour everything on. And you could tell, like, some people have an incredible pace. The guys that we just watched, Frankie Edgar, and what's his... I can't believe I just forgot his name. You got me messed up when I was trying to pronounce
Pedro Munhoz.
Agapova's last name, Munhoz. But you can tell that when she was going that pace, she wasn't giving any bit of a breather whatsoever. Like, you see guys go hard, but she was just not even taking her foot off the gas at all. It's like she was holding her breath the whole time. And the second round came, and she was just done.
I think you labeled it kind of correctly. I think she underestimated Dobson's resolve or her ability to stick through it.
Yeah.
Because she obviously won the round, right? But I think she was looking for the finish. I think she was looking at
100%.
I think it's a mix of she wants to make a name for herself and she wants to be like the next up and comer. So if she got the quick finish over somebody real good, that's just like that one more like little etch. It's not just a win, but it's I got the first round win.
Yeah.
And nearing the end of the first round, she was kind of just like, uh-oh,
Well,
this didn't go well.
Well, think about it this way, right? Like, if she just took off like 15%, just back off 15% for most of that round, I don't think she has the same problems.
I agree.
Think about it this way: if you're working out, you're doing sprints, and you're like, okay, I can do a full-on sprint as hard as I can. I can run X amount of yards in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or I can go 80%. I can run it in 12 seconds.
Yeah.
How many times can you run it full clip, and how many times can you run it 80%? You probably do 80% a gang of times before you're like, you know what, I'm pretty tired. But how many times can you just full out unclip back-to-back sprints at 100% to where, like, you can't go anymore? It's significantly different.
It's actually funny that you say that because back in high school, my brother was something called a rabbit in track. The rabbit is someone that is made to look like that they are faster than they are. So when a race starts, they'll sprint. And the whole idea is to psych out the other runners.
And get them tired.
So they try to keep up pace. But my brother wasn't going to win any of those races. His whole point was to lose and make everyone else tired. Meanwhile, the other townies have a full tank still ready to go. So that is like a true mentality that you show there. Just real quick, the difference between those two fights, because we were saying that the earlier fight, the guy had the same problem.
Yeah.
I think Agapova, her plan was flawed because I think she went in there gun blazing. Grant, I think, ran into a problem. I think it was opportunity, and he didn't know when to back off.
Yes.
So I feel like there was a subtle difference.
Yeah, he jumped the gun. Like, he definitely went for the finish, rightfully so.
Yeah.
After they were going, instead of trying to secure his position first, he was just kept firing shots, which sometimes that gets you the stoppage.
It does.
But if it doesn't, you just did a lot of energy for not a lot of outcome.
Yeah.
And now you're stuck
Yeah.
breathing heavy.
Yeah.
And the other guy's like, oh, I didn't do anything besides get hit for that, which does sap your energy.
It does.
But not like going all out as hard as you can.
Yeah, it's not one for one.
Yeah, but I do think that Agapova thought that when she first started getting into the scrambles with her, I thought she had an upper hand and she was just going to, like, plow through this girl, but didn't happen. Didn't happen at all.
You know what the best part of that fight was?
What?
Dobson's team trying to wipe the booger off her nose.
Dude, she had a big hanger.
It was great. I feel kind of bad for her because she comes off this massive win, and there's one of her cornermen being like, Give me your nose. Give me your
Dude, it
nose.
was like hanging. He tried to get it and he didn't get it. She had to pick her nose on live TV
On live TV.
during her interview.
Probably the biggest win of her career.
And she didn't even get it. She had to suck it back into the cave. Yeah.
And now we're mentioning it. All right, guys.
Sorry, Dobbs.
Sorry.
Happens to the best of us.
Congrats on your win.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts before we rock it out?
No, none at all, sir.
All right. Let us know what you think about these fights in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know how much losers we are for being couch warriors, because we would do these perfectly.
We are.
We are. I'm literally going to get tired walking to my car, so
I'm already tired, sir. I didn't even get up yet.
we'll catch you guys next time. Oh, go to brodownpro.com. Catch you guys next time.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh,